Good morning, Catherine.
Anthony,
How are you?
I'm fine.
It is Monday of auction week, and we are sort of we're not in a different environment. We're just in a changed environment.
What do you mean with all the renovation that
With
you
all the-
decided you wanted to do?
We did do a bit of renovation. There wasn't renovations. It's just we ran out of space. I mean, the last auctions have been so tight for us and all that stuff. We have evicted our photographer.
We have.
He is sharing a room. He now doesn't have a room of his own. He's sharing a room with Niall. So all the processing gets done up in that one room. We now have this room. If you want to turn, Bob, you can see all the room is just literally full of racks now. And that is literally just to hold the bottles. So we've done all this work to hold all the extra bottles because we'd 1,400 in the last auction.
Nearly 15.
Nearly 1,500. And then we decided that we were going to do a small auction.
Well, we kind of need to.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So a couple of the changes that we've made is that we're going to have a smaller auction this month.
Yes.
The reason being until the new software is ready. I've discussed that at length. Everybody knows. If you don't know, do your homework and
It's
look at
out
the videos.
there. It's out there.
Exactly.
We have to do a smaller
We
auction.
have to do a smaller numbers auction. So what we're doing is we're reducing the overall numbers of auctions. So all the memorabilia, glassware, all of that sort of stuff, that's not going to be in this month's auction. We possibly are going to do a smaller auction at the start of May with all the memorabilia and
for like
miniatures.
4 or 5 days or something.
4 or 5 days or something like that. So for this auction, we are hoping.
You were told yesterday how many you're allowed.
It's like I'm like a bold child. I'm only allowed to have 800.
And he gets 25 leeway, so we can go up to 825, but no more.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to have a
Because
small.
he goes round the place going, oh.
So.
Am I lying?
No.
Robert, am I lying?
Absolutely not.
So what we're doing is a smaller auction.
Yes.
One of the things I wanted to talk about in our first ones is we're seeing lots of new brands that they're probably some of them have been out for a while, but a lot of them are new brands coming into the whiskey world. It just shows the explosion in Irish whiskey and how it's growing all over the world. I know Vincent and the guys in Cross Keys. So there's Cross Keys 8-year-old from up in County Antrim. Vincent has had that out a while, but there's not that many of them out. They never really got proliferated.
We've had one before.
We did sell one before. It was ages ago. That's from the Cross Keys bar up there.
Yeah.
I am assuming that it's potentially Bushmills or Cooley. It has to be one of the other.
Yes.
But again, fantastic whiskey, 8-year-olds. We have all of these other ones here. So we have, here's one I didn't see, the Seven Churches, Irish whiskey of Clonmacnoise. And it's got a picture of the Celtic settlement in Clonmacnoise.
How to make yourself an Irish coffee.
And how to make yourself an Irish coffee. Single grain Irish whiskey. That's another new one. Dick Max, Finn and the team down there, they're not new to whiskey as such. But this is one of their first ones with their own name on the front of it. So that's Dick Max. That comes out of the Dingle Distillery. An Earl Collab. I don't know to point it out, and I don't know whether Finn got into trouble for this, or obviously it was a decision that they made. But most other Dingle bottles have always had the Dingle label, the Dingle bottle, the Dingle label, everything else.
Yeah.
Finn has got his own. So whether he sort of went down and Finn's a big lad.
He is.
If you went down there and he sort of grabbed Graham by the neck and shook him a little bit and said,
whatever bottle I want.
I'll have whatever bottle I want.
Graham's not going to say no.
No, I don't think so. So that's a 7-year-old Marsala from Dick Max. Kinnetty Castle, another one of the castles. Did I lift that? I did. I lifted the other one. Kinnetty Castle. I was watching an interview with the lads, Barry from Kinnetty Castle, who was on with Marty and Justin on the Ulster Whisky Review, and they were talking about their whiskey. So their plan is for a distillery and a visitor centre and all that. But they've got their own whiskey out now. That's another new one.
See, these videos are educational for me too.
Educational.
I'm telling you.
Here is one of the new planned distilleries that's going into Killarney. Apparently John Fleming denying that he's doing it, because obviously John Fleming does everything in Killarney.
Of course, yes.
He's the mayor of Killarney.
Of course.
But John Fleming swears it's not him. He's nothing to do with it. It's from the Killarney Brewing Company, and they've got an Imperial Stout, and then they've got an 8-year-old Imperial Stout barrel aged whiskey. So they're going as a set in the auction. Be nice to have sort of the first stuff that's in there.
It's actually a funky packaging too.
It's rustic, Katie.
It's funky.
Katie, it's rustic.
Doesn't matter. It's funky.
I reckon it was.
Maybe
no,
you're rustic.
only the schools were closed. I reckon it was the woodworking class and the schools done that. I mean, there's pencil marks and everything all over it, but I don't know. Didn't say that. Go from that presentation to Matt Darcy's.
Oh, this is pretty.
Matt Darcy's is a cracking presentation, really, really impressive. That's only down the road there, hey, in Newry, hey. Newry, hey.
I know.
That is a gorgeous presentation. 10-year-old, finished in a port barrel as well. We do like our port barrels. The team in Matt Darcy's are building a distillery in Newry.
Yeah.
On the grounds of the old Matt Darcy's. Apparently they've got the water source. Another one of these nuggets of information I picked up somewhere along the line. I just absorbed them.
Yes.
It is the same water source for the new distillery that it was for the
original.
old distillery.
Right.
So you have different opinions on what difference the water makes to the quality of the whiskey, and obviously it does. I mean,
Yes, it does. Yeah.
shit water, shit whiskey.
Yeah.
Roughly. I mean, I don't think it's officially that, but so it'll be good to see them having some sort of throwback. Somebody's what can you say? Molly Malone whiskey.
Yeah.
All it's short of is leprechauns and a wee diddly eye on the front of it for Irishified. I'm
And?
sure that is for a particular market. No, it doesn't say actually. Oh, it goes to Poland or somewhere like that.
You see, it's got a funky.
Produced and bottled by the Molly Malone Whisky Company, Lucan in Dublin.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a distillery in Lucan.
They didn't say the word
Oh,
distillery.
sorry, they said produced and bottled. Era Gold, another one for the many markets out there. Yeah.
Listen, don't knock it. It sells.
Don't knock it until you try it, love.
It sells, babe.
Here's one of the ones that people were losing their mind over. Actually, no,
No.
not this.
The Caribbean.
The word Caribbean one. Everybody was talking about the Caribbean one. Here's another new release that's part of that. It's called the American Oak Cask Finish. That's been sold as a pair with the Caribbean Oak. So you can get, if you missed out the Caribbean Oak, you can get them both. So that's that.
Fancy.
One of the things that I was talking when I said about Kennedy Castle,
No, Knapogue.
Knapogue, Knapogue Castle.
We have to stop saying that. It's Knapogue.
Sorry,
I
not-
know it's funny saying Knapogue.
it's like the boys yesterday that were surfing. They were like gnarly, gnarly, dude. I don't need to. They sort of looked at me like, "Who's young?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow. Knapogue.
Knapogue Castle have been.
Sucked in.
I don't know if I'd use that term.
Absorbed.
Subsumed,
Absorbed.
absorbed
Absorbed.
by the behemoth that is IDL. Is that going to change single malt? I mean, Knapogues were traditionally single malt whiskies.
Well, hopefully it won't, because it's a nice whiskey. I like it.
Middleton don't traditionally make single malts, or don't,
Yeah, but maybe they can branch out.
or they might just source it elsewhere, like perhaps it was done before, previously, maybe. Sort of.
Whatever. But
I hope it doesn't change, because
No.
Knapogue has been good, and Knapogue, I love the brand and Knapogue. The Knapogue 51, I reckon, is probably one again. It's a bit of our distilling heritage from the old Dailies of Tullamore, and it just doesn't get the love again on the secondary market that it should. But some of their stuff is cracking as well, and they've got an annual release of everything as well, so that's another nice one. So I think that's it for today. Seeing as we're back, it's our first day back with the new videos.
woohoo! Do you feel excitement?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, sure you do.
You're being sarky there, Pet.
Me, never.
Never.
Anywho,
We're back tomorrow.
we are. I better come over here now then, because I was hiding for a wee minute.
Oh yeah. you're
Yeah,
back
so,
now.
well, you see, you've moved everything now.
I know, yeah, it's not
I'm
narrow.
all discombobulated.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a stage, Pet.
It was bad enough.
I think I deserve a studio all to myself.
No,
Absolutely, I should have one.
No, we should have a poll on fucking Instagram to see if that should be allowed.
A pole. Can I do dance?
Oh, Jesus, why did I open my mouth?
Is it like a pole dancing? Tomorrow, we're here. We're talking about whiskey. I
Again.
would suggest.
Mm.
I
I don't
know what it
but-
is. Right, that'll do.
Okay.
Talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.